Hey everyone, it's Ruth here. Just want to jump on really quickly to let you know or to remind you that this Sunday is daylight savings in Australia. So we have two dates where we do change our clocks, and it's usually in October and also in April. And so if you're confused or you're not sure how to change your clock, well, usually these days with your smartphones, they all change automatically anyways. But if you wanted to know, it's very easy, this formula. So when it's springtime, it's spring forward, so you move your clock forward, and then with fall or autumn, you fall backwards. So you get to turn the clock back, all right? So technically you do gain an hour, but we all know with kids, it doesn't count, like you don't actually gain an hour. In fact, they will wake earlier. So what do we do in this case with daylight savings? Okay, I'm actually going to look up here because I do have notes. Okay, so if my eyes go shifting, you know why. But yeah, I'm going to talk you through that really quickly and give you some tips on how you can transition really well, because we all know that even 1 hour of a shift for a kid, for a child or an infant or a toddler, it can be hard for them to adjust. Okay, so how do you do that gradually and successfully? All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to assess your child's sleep schedule. All right, so 3 criteria here. So number 1, if the current schedule is ideal, all right, then you're going to be helping your child to shift to new time because it's going to be 1 hour back, right? Okay, if the new time change is going to make your child's schedule ideal, then don't do anything. Just hang on for a few more days, and then Sunday rolls over and then your schedule will be the ideal schedule, right? And the third criteria, the last one, is that if your if the time change is going to make the schedule even worse, then oh gosh, we're going to have to work hard and start making changes now. Okay, so how do you do that? And also, if that's going to be the case, the transition is going to take a little bit longer, so you're going to expect that you're going to have to start now, and also maybe a couple of days after daylight savings as well, going to Monday or Tuesday. All right, so first thing you want to do is you want to decide the rate of adjustment, so how quickly you want to adjust the time change as well. Okay, consider the age and the temperament. So younger babies tend to take a longer time to adjust, so you have to put small increments. Introverted babies or children tend to adjust a little bit slower as well, okay, compared to extroverted babies. So just taking into account all of that too. And also, one of the really important things is to keep the room environment ideal and conducive for sleep. Okay, so just making sure it's super dark and you've got your white noise, all that kind of stuff that will help your child to sleep. Okay, yeah, and let's have a look. Okay, so two ways you can do this. Okay, so the first way is to jump into it gradually, so you'll be making increments of 10-15 minutes every single day leading up to daylight savings, or you could just go cold turkey and just jump straight into the new time. So which one do you choose, right? So I'll talk about jumping into a new time first. This one tends to be better for older kids, okay? So toddlers, things like that, they tend to work better with just jumping straight into a new time, okay, rather than doing a gradual approach. It will be a little bit of a transition, like the next couple of days they might feel a bit groggy, things like that, but they do adjust quite quickly too. So right now we are fall back. So what you're going to do for bedtime, okay, is your child is going to go to sleep according to the clock time on Sunday, which means that he's going to be quite tired. So if bedtime's normally at 7, on Sunday, it's going to feel like it's 8 o'clock, right? Because we've turned the clock back 1 hour. Does that make sense? Hope so. Yeah. And then and then you're going to see the tired signs around 6 o'clock, okay, instead of 7 o'clock, because it's technically 7 o'clock in the old time. Okay, so you just got to push through that. And then in terms of naps as well, you're going to have to stretch him on Sunday. So if nap time's normally at 1 o'clock, for example, you're going to have to he's going to feel quite tired around 12 o'clock, right, which is his normal time for nap in the old time. So you're going to have to just hold off and just try and entertain him as much as possible to be able to put him down at 1 o'clock. Does that make sense? So that is jumping straight to new time. Super simple. And then pretty much from Sunday, it's just like, yup. And then Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be the normal time. And then the second method is to shift gradually. And I recommend this for toddlers under 18 months and definitely for babies as well. So this is where you need to put in a little bit of work. So firstly, you need to calculate what is the rate of transition, how gradual you want it to be, 10 minutes every day, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Usually the younger the babies, the smaller. So say, for example, a 5-month-old baby, you'll do a 10-minute gradual increment on a daily basis. So you might need 5 days because that's 50 minutes, and then the next day it's going to click over. A little bit of math here, right? Whereas 15 minutes, you only need 3 days of transition, 20 minutes, a couple of days, right? And so you want to start a few days before the change. So if daylight savings on Sunday, you definitely want to start by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to be able to then click over to new time. Okay, and so let's have a look at what fallback means for you. So you want to start, like I said, 2 to 6 days before Sunday, depending on what the rate is that you've chosen. And then so the first thing you want to do is you're going to put your child to bed later, okay, each day. So say, for example, bedtime is at 7 o'clock and you've chosen a rate of 10 minutes, then you're going to do 7:10 instead of 7 o'clock. So he's going to be that little bit more tired. But then it means that the next morning he's going to wake up a bit later, so 10 minutes later as well. So then you keep changing. So essentially what it means is that coming close to Sunday, your bedtime is going to be fairly later. You know, if usually bedtime is at 7, you're going to end up with around 7:45, 7:50 on Saturday night. But it then means that it's changed back completely on Sunday, and then the transition has fully happened. So in a way, with jumping straight to new time, you're waiting till Sunday, but with the gradual change, you're doing all the transition beforehand so that Sunday then it becomes your new normal. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let me just see if I've missed anything, but it's really that simple. But you want to, a couple of things to consider obviously is what does the new schedule look like for you? If it's ideal, then you want to start making the changes or plan for those changes. If the new timing is actually the ideal time, then don't do anything. Okay, just forget about all of this and just go your merry way, and then on Sunday it's going to click in nicely. If the schedule is going to make it worse, it's actually going to get your child to wake up even earlier. So if your child's already doing an early rising and your child's actually going to wake up even earlier, let's start now and make those changes, okay? So that you don't end up with a child that's waking up at 4 a.m. Okay, that's not ideal on Sunday morning, okay? I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. And yeah, we do have a guide, I believe. We'll pop that up somewhere, a link somewhere so that you can download that guide. And I hope that helps. Okay, have a good day. Bye.